Everyone.
Hi, United Healthcare.
Yes, welcome to our TikTok Live United Health Cartel. Can we
We're-
say that?
We're famous.
We're not, but we are getting underneath the skin of you. And I see you and all the thugs at Optum. And
You might have turned the sprinklers on her, but she's not running.
I'm actually waterproof. I have
I'm not.
waterproof mascara on. And
You might have turned the sprinklers on her, but she's not running.
I'm actually waterproof. I have
I'm not.
waterproof mascara on. I wanted to show everyone what my daughter got me because I can't see.
Kind of, and this is not a sponsored thing.
No, waterproof mascara on. I wanted to show everyone what my daughter got me because I can't see.
Kind of, and this is not a sponsored thing.
No,
Her
this
daughter
is a
got it
nothing,
for her.
okay?
But it's
so this
brilliant.
is, she goes, Mom, you can't get your eye makeup on. And I'm like, well, I can't see. So here's a 2.5 reading glass that I can now
I
get
lo-
up there and put my
I think
my eye
that's
makeup
brilliant.
on.
I think
Yeah,
that's
but it's
brilliant.
kind of strange to have just see out of one eye.
Oh, that is, I mean,
Yeah, because one eye is corrected and the other eye isn't. But it came like 2 pairs for 7 large. That would be $7. And I gave 1 pair to my sister because they were red, and red's not my color. Not that
I don't know. I feel like you look good in a maroon.
maroon is not red.
Isn't it a
No.
form of red?
No, it's a form of brown.
Really?
Yeah. Remember, you never understood the color wheel.
Yeah, I posted that video where you're like, you were raised by wolves, and then we catch ourselves getting restricted immediately because of.
My behavior. Oh, wait a minute. Let's turn this music off. That's too loud.
I don't think so. Can you all hear us?
No.
Oh, did you hear that country?
Distracting. Can y'all
Can
hear
y'all
us?
hear us?
I bought a pineapple
Upside down.
from the grocery store. I'm going to cut this up and grill it this weekend, and I have a steak and I have some good salad stuff.
I'll be over.
And blue cheese crumbles, which I love blue cheese crumble. So I got a phone call.
I was just gonna say, talk about this. This is some baloney.
This is some baloney or some bullshit. I got a phone call last night from
Yeah, she's hot.
from Am Worse. Okay, some might call it I Am Better or I Am Worse, but it's an insurance company and it's owned by Centene and it's a nightmare.
That was good.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
I gotta step it up. Maybe I'll start doing haikus.
I won't even know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about anyway. Anyway, so this lady calls me up, and first she called my office, and my front desk manager called me, and I said, give her my cell phone number. Like, whatever, I'm here for it. Who are you waving to, Chuck?
Paul said hi to me.
Hi, Paul. Anyway, so she calls me up. Her name's Bethany. Hey, Bethany from Amworth.
Hey.
So she calls me up yesterday, and let me just see what time that was, because that actually matters.
Oh my gosh, and just started giving her the 8th degree, 9th degree.
Yeah.
9th degree is
Okay.
what it is.
She called me up at 3:38 yesterday, and so she called from a 573 number, and she's like, well, I understand that you don't have a physician that's supervising your mid-levels. And I said, what you talking about, Willis? I said, no, that's not true. I said, you're understanding it wrong. She goes, well, we understand Dr. Brock passed away. I said, yeah, you did. You should be calling up saying, I'm so sorry. How can we make your life easier? Not, we think you're doing something wrong
So
for
you're
our
cheating the
patients.
system, and we're gonna nail you to the cross,
Right? And she goes, well, who's your I said, we have a locums doctor in there now, and I have another doctor coming in November. And she's like, what's your locums doctor's name? And I told her.
As
And
if
she-
you're lying. Like
Right.
it's like checking your ID.
Right. And she goes, what's his NPI number? I'm like, hey, Bethany, I'm driving. But you know what you could do? You could type in his first name and his last name and NPI lookup, and then bam, you could get it. But no. They're too busy at Amworth to do their own work. So I said, if you send me an email.
It would be better for the, people dealing with it, but they want to make things worse.
Amworth, right. So I said, if you send me an email to my email address, which I provided her, I said, I will get it done first thing in the morning because it's 3:38 and I'm working off site for the rest of the day, which is code for I'm done with the day. Okay. So, and she said, well, who's your new physician? And I gave her the name, and she goes, what's his NPI number? I'm like, girl, is there something wrong with you? Why would I know thanks for the hot dog. Why would I know someone's NPI number? Again, put in first name, last name, NPI number, and boom, you got it. I said, send me an email, I'll give it to you. She goes, well, my leadership just wants to make sure that our members are getting physician supervision of your mid-levels. I said, your leadership doesn't give a rat's behind about any of that. And she goes, well, did you credential your locums doctor with AmWorks? And I said, no, that's actually not a thing. She goes, I don't know that to be true. And I said, guess what? I do know that to be true because people had to go credential a locums doctor. Doctors would never, no locums doctor would work because it would be a giant pain in the rear end. It would be like a 6-month delay. Did I say something wrong? Oh, what are you doing that for? What?
Someone said that if I covered my mouth for 10 seconds, they'd send a galaxy.
What's a galaxy?
It's really cool.
What's a galaxy? I thought maybe we were getting censored again by United Health Cartel.
I did it.
Where's the galaxy?
I'm waiting. Kay May said that.
What?
It's like, it's this thing and it takes over our screen and then there's all the planets.
Okay, well.
Quick question, I don't freaking know anything about tires. I'd change the blinker oil if I could.
Oh my God. She's really a terrible driver. So let's go back to AmWorks. Okay, so this morning.
Oh, you have to cover my mouth.
I'm not doing that. That's not worth it. Forget it. I'm too busy for that nonsense. All right, so let's just go and let me read to you what I wrote these biatches. And I'm super salty because you know what? I take great offense to these people. They don't call me to help their patients. They don't call me to help our office. They call me to think we're doing something wrong. And you know what? We're not doing anything wrong. In fact, we're doing everything right. All right? All right, so here it is. Bethany, thanks for the call and accusing my office of wrongdoing with AmWorks. But I put in the real name of the insurance company. It lands poorly. My locums physician is licensed in Missouri and below is his NPI number. You asked me if I credentialed a locums physician with Ambetter, yet you were unaware that this is not a requirement. Again, lands poorly and feels like you are targeting my marginalized patients and frankly, tone deaf. Understand that my team provides amazing, excellent care to patients, and if AmWorks spent 1/10 of the energy actually approving low-cost care instead of having policies that demand the most expensive, most invasive sub-Q drugs, then your members would be better served. My other physician has his application into the Board of Healing Arts in Missouri, and when that is complete, I will start the credentialing process. If you don't value the work we do here, I am open to not working with AmWorks in the future. Understand that AmWorks patients that are cared for here, capitalize, love us because we have a personal relationship with every one of them. My office is a unicorn because I have 25 support staff for one physician, largely due to the administrative burdens of insurance companies. We also have 43,000 followers on TikTok, which is what I believe this is all about. Okay?
C1636, not this one.
Yeah, the one we got censored because of Optum. Typically, patients are not bonded at all, in all caps, to their insurance company because every one of us, including you, has been delayed and denied by their insurance company. What AmWorks should be doing is calling me asking how we can make things better for your staff and our members, but instead, this is the nonsense AmWorks comes to me with. We all focus on what is important to us. Should someone from leadership want to discuss this with me, I can be reached at blah, blah, blah. And then I put down the two doctors' NPI numbers. Okay? Now, that little missile went in there at 10:25. What do you want to bet I never hear back from that biatch again?
I would like to bet $1 million.
Yeah. They're going to be
What's the max? What's the cap?
The max is $10.
Oh, 10.
And you don't have $10.
I might if I count those dollars you gave me.
Okay, she's going to make it rain. Mm-hmm. This is why physicians retire and why office staff are over it. Now, understand, these people could care less about their patients. They could care less about the doctors doing the work. They're trying to say, hey, this lady is a biatch. That would be me.
And she didn't send us the paperwork. And then the patient calls in and they're like, you're not doing your job. So you know what we do? We call them together. And we're like, let's figure this out, Jan.
Yeah.
Let's figure this out.
Bethany at AmWorks, give me a break, okay? I understand you're just trying to do your job, but don't you call me up and tell me that I need to credential a locums doctor. That's not a thing. And you know what? You can take your patients and your members and they can all go to the hospital if you don't like what I'm doing.
And maybe before you call a widow, make sure you know everything that has to go with what you're about to ask because,
yeah. A widow of 8 weeks.
And she's the
after
Black Widow now.
34 years of marriage,
She's
and you're
coming
going to
for
be like,
lives. She's coming
seriously.
she's coming for kills.
Seriously, I don't need this job. I do this job because we have so many patients to take care of, and we do it better.
I need this job.
I don't need this job.
I need this job.
So stop making my job hard, Amworks.
Please make my hair not turn gray sooner than it, or like help with my bags. Send me some Botox. Like
Who, Amwars?
I mean something for all the
No.
stress they're giving me.
No. We're gonna be fine because
My
I've had it
bags
with all
have
of them.
bags.
Your bags do not have bags. All right, what else do we have going out there today?
You know, I feel like we should kind of take a second and go back to like the very beginning and explain who we are.
Okay, tell them who we are.
I'm Claudia Holly, C-Money636. This is Don't Back Down. We have a podcast that's Don't Back Down. It'll be the only one that pops up if you Google Don't Back Down podcast. Otherwise, you'll get that fighting movie from like 2012.
That's
my sister.
daughter. That's my daughter. Hey, you off work? Nothing. I'm on TikTok live right now, so I can't really talk.
Confidential.
Are you in Arnold? You want to go to Barquet with Claudia because she's here with Jerome. You got class tonight. Okay, let me call you later. Love you long. Bye.
I'm like the weird kid that their mom tries to make you hang out with, and they're like, actually, I've got to
wash
go
my
pick my
hair."
dog's poop.
Right. Emma has class tonight. I wanted my daughter Emma to go to college more than she wanted to go to college when she was 18, and boy, she showed me. She flunked right out.
Which is amazing because I wanted to go and be in college so badly, and I got kicked out because my dad took out his 401k early, and it looked like we were millionaires.
Well, anyway, Emma is now 28
28.
years old, and she's back to college taking classes and working full time. But I'm making her pay for it because, you know what? I already paid for it once, and she showed me. So she's
But
got
that's
skin in
what
the game.
happened. I learned a lot of the kids whose parents were paying for their college, they just didn't care.
Yeah.
They would have like a .02, and I'm like, how do you you just have to show up to class. Like, literally just have to show up to class and you'll get an A.
Yeah. Sorry it's loud. The yard service is here cutting the backyard.
At least the dogs
naturally.
aren't going wild.
Well, that's true. Jerry's probably taking a shadoobie somewhere.
He probably put himself
okay,
to bed.
so back to the basics of Don't Bach Down. And it's DONT, no apostrophe. And Bach is B as in broomstick, A apple, K kite.com. Ooh, not .com. Don't Bach Down. So Claudia started this whole social media blow up. Can we say that, or is United Health Cartel going to get all
God
pissed
bless.
off? That
Yeah.
we're making Unabomber threats.
What made us kind of... I remember the one day I came over and we had her changing clothes so we could like record it in different areas of your house and they wouldn't think that we did it all in the same day. We have one of her like working with the
tone. Well, I can't even barely do it anymore. But here's the dealio. All we're doing is trying to get a pathway to care for our patients. If the insurance companies and the pharmacy benefit managers would give me a pathway to care for my patients, I wouldn't have to be, calling them out on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram and
Reddit, Tumblr,
all of it. All of it.
It's so silly how much we have. But how did you? I guess I got into patient advocacy because of Julie. Like before,
Because she sits across from me.
and I'm good at arguing.
Right.
I never back down.
I only throw down if I know I'm right, and I'm right most of the time.
Every time.
There it is. But understand that every Thursday I get my cases for the week, and on the infusion side I get the sub-Q ones, as needed. But we're probably getting about 50 denials, 50 denials a week. And that is insurance companies and pharmacy benefit managers trying to funnel these patients into non-medical switches, white bag drug.
What's white bag
formulary.
drug?
White bag drug is where one of the PBMs, Optum, Express Scripts, or CVS Caremark, they want to package the drug and send it to your office.
What's so bad about that if it saves the patient money?
It doesn't save the patient money. It's
What?
always more expensive on the pharmacy side than the medical side.
What?
Always. We bill part B as in boy on the medical side. Actually, my girlfriend is being interviewed by a national organization, national news organization, about a drug called Entyvio. And on the pharmacy side, they charge the employer, this is going to blow your mind, $80,000, and on the medical side, it's $6,000. Okay? This is a monthly infusion.
Then why is my insurance company saying it's that you guys just want the more expensive thing?
Because the insurance company, it's the exact opposite. It's paradoxical, okay?
So they're lying.
They're lying. $80,000 a month, and on the medical side, it's $6,000 a month.
That's not mathing for me.
Run the numbers, carry the one, pharmacy side, in a Part B or in an infusion environment is always cheaper on the medical side.
Well, and I remember whenever you were like, fine, if you can find someone to write an at-home infusion, like, I don't care. She can go wherever if someone will write it, and nobody would write it.
Why would someone have their malpractice on the hook to have a home infusion? I mean, I don't know. Most people have difficulty keeping their house and their kitchen sterile to mix drug in. I'm maybe the exception because I do run a floor. Yes, I do run a sterile environment here, but I also have a lot of help.
I would eat off her floor. I'd probably lick a toilet if she dared me.
My house is pretty spick and span.
And I wouldn't lick any toilet.
I am not the norm, but I would not want to infuse even in my home. I would not want complex biologics mixed on my kitchen counter by a nurse, a travel nurse.
That's training, God forbid.
You know what? When you're administering complex biologics, you better have a physician in a mid-level right there, because when stuff goes wrong,
it goes wrong.
It goes wrong. It goes belly up.
911. You have to wait outside. I get a rush out of it because I feel like I'm on Grey's Anatomy. And I'm like, come on, guys, we got a heart rate of 99, blood pressure of 182/60, no allergies.
We have a whole protocol.
We
call 911 and we can get patients out of there. I would say we can get them out of there in about 8 minutes.
We used to be able to get them out without Dr. Bach even knowing the ambulance came in. And he comes out he would come out if there was a knock. Like whenever they were painting the hallway, I think, and he's like, can you have them stop?
Right.
And I'm like, could you guys please stop?
You have to stop because that's what he said.
He can't think.
But we really are good, and it takes a whole village it takes specially trained nurses, it's like specially trained mid-levels to handle medical emergencies and to mix complex biologics. This is not to be tried at home. And if people want home infusion, then go find a good old doctor to write that, because it's not going to be this office. It's not. Maybe Amworth can do it.
Oh my gosh. Well, and it's crazy because I'd almost think United would... I stopped there. Did you like that? Mm-hmm. How they would just be like, see one of our providers.
Oh, yeah. Well, they would, but they don't have any here. Actually, I wanted to tell you guys, I wanted to show you one of the...
Every time I look over, I'm just reminded of the absence I'm going to experience here in next week.
Oh, I'm going to New York. Okay, you guys want to hear what the tagline for Homestay Health, which is Amworth, can I say that?
Yeah.
There's their tagline. Ready? Transforming the health of the community one person at a time.
By killing them.
What? No, that is not what you do. No one thinks of Amworth as transforming the health of the community one person at a time.
I would like to find one person with this insurance that agrees.
That mission statement.
I could call one of our employees. We could call right now and ask her. How well do you think this is working? Well, Nick sent a prescription and they didn't cover any of it.
It's
not good.
It's terrible.
Not good.
Terrible. Okay, so anyway, that was the little nickel tour of kind of how we got started. But we got started because I was super frustrated, and she used to come around and ask me, what's grinding your gears today? And we started doing little pieces on that, and I would call out insurance companies, and it just sort of morphed into this.
Yeah. We realized we're hilarious.
I don't know if we're hilarious.
I mean, we're pretty funny.
Well,
is Homestay Health just Missouri, or is it Medicaid in general?
It's not Medicaid, it's Obamacare, and they have it in all the states. Not in all the states, but like we don't accept the one in Illinois because it's no good. But we do accept the one in Missouri unless they've decided they don't value the work I do, which Bethany is already going there. And so I am just over it. If you don't value the work I do, have your patients go somewhere else, and you know what's going to happen? Your patients are going to be like, I don't want this crap. None of my doctors take it.
Well, and we're like this with everyone. If a patient refuses to stand shoulder to shoulder with us, we can't force you to help, or we can't force you to help yourself.
If you want to do what your insurance company wants, have at it.
but we're not going to be responsible for whatever happens because you're at home getting infused and there's a cat hair in your IV.
Right. A cat hair or two cat
All I'm
hairs.
thinking of is that demon. Ah,
Oh, your old cat?
I hate her.
I know, stop. Now we're going to get a bunch of like comments about
Oh my
we're
gosh,
being abusive
don't
to
F with
cats.
cats. Have
Right.
you seen that documentary?
No,
We love
no,
cats.
no.
She had a cat for a very long time.
I actually had two cats, and then Sarah, my daughter in Denver, has a cat, Luna. She has Loli Ann, which is a dog, and Luna, which is a cat. So I'm actually a dodo, which is the Persian word for grandmother.
Jerry will love that. Dodo, dodo.
So any of my grand cats and grand animals
Dog.
can call me Dodo, and Jerry goes Dodo.
Dog.
He
He
doesn't
goes,
really,
Dodo.
because he's got an underbuck.
Actually, Julie started advocating way before she started working in the healthcare field.
I came out swinging in third grade.
Yeah, she
That's
did.
just what I do.
Yeah,
That's just what I do.
Same. Delinquent.
I was a terrible kid.
My brother was awful. So then,
Well,
whenever
now he's dead.
that's what happens
That's
when you
what
don't
happens
listen.
when you're awful. Right, right. So yeah, I mean, listen, I am always about standing up for people that need help.
And I think that's what really ticks us off. It's like we are the ones that get the patients when they're confused, upset, pissed, and it's just like then we're like, this is some baloney. They're saying we're not doing our job.
Yeah. I want to resolve things right here, right now. And so I have no problem if a patient tells me some BS story about whatever's going on. I'm like, perfect. Hold the line. Let's get Optum on the phone.
Hi, Chuck.
Hold the line. Let's get, oh, that's that Chuck? Hi, Chuck. Chuck's watching me like a hawk right now.
Maybe he's the one reporting us.
No, he is not. He's too busy for that. So we're just going to be here advocating for patients.
Forever.
If any pharmacy benefit manager or if any insurance company wants to show me a pathway that I can care for my patients, I would absolutely get off your Dick Van Dyke. Other than that, we'll be here.
Also, if you guys need some help knowing what HIPAA means, we can help with that too.
We have a little video about, what was that, Parametric? No, Save on SP that got over 1 million views.
Yep. So did the Quest one, but we just posted a LabCorp one. So let's see which one does better.
Yeah, I actually want to say that LabCorp is more hated than Quest.
I don't know. Remember Quest upstairs?
Quest is terrible. They're actually both terrible.
And they don't pay their employees enough. We're
No.
with you, phlebotomists. We
Oh
hear
my
you,
gosh.
we see you, we try to fight for you, but they just took the hammer and said, nope.
LabCorp wanted my account so badly. They actually had it for a while, and I sent them the door when they insulted me. But one of the sticking point on getting a contract in my office for a phlebotomy company like LabCorp Quest or Path Group or Health Lab or whoever you are is the dog's gonna go bananas because the yard service is here.
Like, what do we do?
Jerome, we're gonna go. This has been great. Love you long time.
Bye. Would like to get into being just message me, Amanda.